Okay, let's just dive right into this, shall we? Today, we are unpacking one of the most pressing, yet honestly often overlooked challenges of enterprise AI adoption. Look, we all know generative AI is a total game changer, right? But simply flipping the switch and turning it on without actually looking under the hood? Well, that's just a recipe for disaster. So, today's explainer is entirely focused on the AI risk assessment. Specifically, we're going to look at how locking down your corporate data is hands down the absolute best way to reduce AI hallucinations and keep your entire company secure.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question. You really have to ask yourself, is your environment actually ready for AI to access and surface corporate data responsibly? It's a critical question. Tools like Microsoft 365 Copilot are built to be incredibly helpful. Think of it as this tireless, brilliant assistant that searches through all your emails, chats, and documents to instantly give you the answers you need. But here's the catch. If your data is a total mess, or if your permissions are way too loose, that super helpful assistant is absolutely going to surface things it definitely shouldn't.
Section 1. The Enterprise AI Boom. The integration and adoption of these tools is happening at lightning speed, completely transforming how we work day to day.
And honestly, here's exactly why this boom is happening right now. $3.50. Organizations are reporting a massive $3.50 return on investment for every single dollar they put into AI. I mean, that is a staggering metric. When your team is saving, up to 10 hours a month because AI is suddenly handling all the heavy lifting, the financial upside is just undeniable. But this incredibly rapid adoption is exactly what sets the stage for our core problem. Because as you might guess, this massive ROI comes with some major security and compliance concerns. The absolute number one issue? Data oversharing. When AI is just given free rein, unstructured data access, it leads directly to oversharing and data leaks. Imagine a user asks Copilot to summarize a project, and they accidentally have legacy access to a confidential HR folder or a finance spreadsheet. Copilot doesn't know any better. It will happily read that highly confidential data and hand it right over to them.
And we need to be clear, these aren't just theoretical what-if risks. Let's look at the real-world impacts. Simply turning on an AI tool without prepping your environment is a massive security risk. We've literally seen high-tech companies where employees inadvertently leaked internal proprietary source code to AI chatbots just by asking for a little debugging help. Retailers have leaked intellectual property. A staggering 14% of AI users actually admitted to typing company trade secrets directly into consumer tools like ChatGPT. And when researchers analyzed 52 of the most popular AI tools out there, they found widespread data breaches in 84% of them. 84! Your data is your most valuable asset, and right now, unchecked AI integrations are acting as major leak points.
But beyond the malicious or accidental leaks, there's also a massive issue with data quality, specifically what we call rot data. That stands for redundant, outdated, and trivial data. Let's be real, we all have it. It's those project files from 10 years ago, the 5 duplicated folders, the abandoned SharePoint sites gathering digital dust. All this data creates noise. If you don't clean it up, Copilot indexes it. And then, when someone asks a question, Copilot surfaces this completely incorrect legacy information. It's the oldest rule in tech: bad data in means bad AI out.
So here is a crucial takeaway for you. Better data quality equals fewer hallucinations. People so often think of AI hallucinations, where the AI just confidently makes things up, as purely a software bug. But in an enterprise environment, hallucinations are frequently caused by the AI simply reading your company's own redundant and outdated data and presenting it back to you as current fact. By governing your data and cleaning up the ROT, you directly and immediately enhance the quality and the accuracy of the AI's output. We also have to be aware of the specific technical threats out there that manipulate data quality and AI behavior. First up, we have prompt injections. These are basically direct jailbreak attempts where a user intentionally tries to trick the AI into bypassing its own built-in safety rules. But then, it gets even sneakier, with cross-prompt injection attacks, or XPI. This is where a bad actor hides malicious instructions inside a completely normal-looking document. When the AI eventually reads that document to help you with a task, it accidentally triggers those hidden instructions. Both of these attacks rely entirely on the AI processing bad data, which is exactly why locking down your environment is so absolutely vital.
Section 2. The AI Risk Assessment. This is exactly how we take back control and lock down that data environment before unleashing the AI.
Let's walk through Microsoft's highly logical 4-stage oversharing blueprint. Step 1. Discover. You have to actually find where your sensitive content is living and see if it's overshared. Are there old links set to anyone in the organization? Step 2. Review and assess. Take a hard look at who actually has access to shared mailboxes and legacy file shares. Step 3 is action, remediate, and harden. This means updating those link settings and locking down those open doors. And finally, Step 4. Establish ongoing governance. You have to set rules so things don't just get messy all over again next month.
Now, to prioritize this massive cleanup effort, we use Data Security Posture Management, or DSPM for short. Think of it as a pretty straightforward math equation for risk. You take your sites and files with sensitive data. You add data that is shared broadly. And finally, you add frequently accessed data. When you combine those three elements, you get a high-risk target. This calculation is brilliant because it tells IT admins exactly what they need to lock down first to keep it out of Copilot's reach.
Section 3. Securing data with purview. Once we've assessed the risk, we need to apply the specific technical controls that actually act as our defense layer.
The absolute cornerstone of this defense is sensitivity labels. Think of Microsoft Graph as the keys to the castle. It knows exactly everything you have access to. Sensitivity labels ensure that Copilot honors your existing usage rights. If a document is labeled highly confidential, Copilot is smart enough to know it shouldn't summarize that document for someone who doesn't have the right clearance. These labels actively guide the AI's behavior, ensuring it handles data appropriately every single time. And hey, if you have the right licensing, you can even set this up to auto-label content the exact moment a user creates it.
Now, let's look at data loss prevention, or DLP, in real-time action. This sequence is incredibly fast. At the input stage, Copilot scans whatever the user is typing for sensitive information, stuff like credit card numbers or secret project codes. If it detects a match, we instantly hit immediate action. The prompt is blocked entirely. Copilot literally stops dead in its tracks. Finally, the output. The user gets a notification explaining the block, and most importantly, that sensitive data is never sent to the graph or out to Bing for web grounding. It stops those leaks instantly.
But beyond real-time blocking, you really need ongoing oversight. Tools like communication compliance and insider risk management provide that exact visibility. These aren't just for blocking data in the moment, they actually track risky behaviors in AI prompts over time. Whether it's the repeated use of sensitive information, potential harassment, or regulatory violations, these tools allow administrators to monitor how the AI is actually being used in the wild and step in to address problematic behavior.
Section 4. Governing for the future. We've assessed the risk, we've locked it down, but data is a living thing, right? We need to focus on long-term lifecycle management. Because to keep your AI ecosystem clean over time, you need the right tools running in the background. On one hand, you have Site Lifecycle Management, which automatically detects inactive or ownerless SharePoint sites and forces the owners to verify if they are still needed. And on the flip side, we have Microsoft 365 Archive. This is a total game changer for AI. By moving inactive or high-risk legacy content to a cold archive tier, you essentially make it invisible to Copilot. Copilot just won't index it. Continuously cleaning up and archiving this outdated ROT data is the ultimate long-term strategy for preventing those AI hallucinations we talked about earlier. Of course, technology is really only half the battle. You must train your people. You can have all the purview controls in the world set up perfectly, but maximizing your AI ROI requires teaching employees responsible AI usage. They need to understand how Copilot actually works, how to apply it responsibly to their specific daily tasks, and how to use proper prompt engineering so they get accurate, compliant results rather than just hitting frustrating dead ends.
So I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought. Copilot is absolutely ready to transform your workplace. The technology is here and the productivity gains are very real. But take a hard look at your own systems. Is your data actually ready for Copilot? If you haven't run an AI risk assessment, cleaned up your redundant data, and locked down your permissions, the answer is probably no. Take the time to get your data house in order first, and I promise you, you'll unlock the true secure power of enterprise AI.